We watch Angel, double standard, foul versus foul. So Chennedy Carter was trending for fouling Caitlin Clark during the first Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever game.
Officials are going to take a look, and Clark call it unnecessary. Chennedy Carter.
What they didn't show as much as that was what happened prior. Now that is a direct elbow to the face. And she definitely gives as well as she gets.
Understand that Caitlin be talking crazy. She's no saint. She be on that talking insane.
And Robert Horry believes there's certain players you just don't trash talk. Caitlin Clark got rookie treatment for trash talking Chennedy Carter. So she was bumping her gums and she elbowed Carter. Yet people's panties were still in a bunch when Carter refused to answer any Clark questions. And Angel flat out didn't show up. The WNBA felt the need to retroactively upgrade the foul to a flagrant 1. Even though mainly fans felt like this tweet here, Chennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark would be an afterthought in 99.9% of basketball games, and anybody who covers sports knows this. Basketball players talk shit leads to being shoved is never a headline. Let her ball, I promise you she's fine and can take care of herself. Even if you don't agree with what Carter did, you got to admit
Chennedy Carter's behavior is not indicative of the entire league. We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do within the parameters of the game. The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
all in all, everybody should feel like Kelsey Nelson. Y'all, I'm tired. But it needs to be said, Chennedy Carter is a true athlete and competitor. In the heat of the game, she did an extra bump. It ain't that serious that we can't move on from it. Y'all want a competitive league? This is what the competitive environment brings out.
It's basketball. It's physical. WNBA, NBA, same shit. It's physical basketball. She gonna have to get her weight up.
And even though the internet is equipped with all the previous information, people still call for a suspension for Carter, which is funny because Clark herself felt like,
No, I mean, basketball's competitive. I get it. Sometimes your emotions get the best of you. Happened to me multiple times throughout the course of my career. People are competitive. It is what it is. And she's having a tremendous season. She's played great basketball in my eyes, probably in first place for 6th Player of the Year. She's been great off the bench for them. I think she had, 25 here last night and really helped them win the game. So, and that's just not where my focus is. That's not what I think about on a day-to-day basis. I think about my team. I think about ways that I can get better. It's just basketball at the end of the day. There's no grudges. There's nothing like that. It's a sport. It's competitive. It's not going to be nice all the time. That's not what basketball is. And I think people that play that at the highest level understand that.
so now Angel doesn't even go to the press conference. Carter won't answer Clark questions, and they retroactively upgraded the foul. They fined Angel Reese $1,000 for failing to make herself available to media following the game. They also fined the Chicago Sky $5,000 for failing to ensure players comply with media policy. So basically, the WNBA wanted everybody to know. While all the brothers were spending all their time defending Caitlin Clark,
And it's because of Caitlin Clark. Don't get it twisted.
Steph No took the time to research. Angel Reese asked reporters on Monday to check the receipts on the double standard that she claims she faces. So I did, and found out that she's absolutely right.
She got a regular foul. It was the same thing. It was the same thing. But you can't pick and choose what players get a regular foul for regular fouls. No, go check the play. It's the same thing.
Now we've seen what really happened with Clark and Carter, and we've seen what also happened with Angel Reese and Jonquil Jones. Meanwhile, Angel Reese was fouled much harder by Alyssa Thomas prior to both of these events. It too was ruled flagrant, but seemed by far more savage in comparison.
There was an incident recently. Alyssa Thomas, Thomas of the African American, grabbed Angel Reese by the throat and threw her to the floor. Flagrant 2, ejected from the game. The reason why that doesn't spark as much conversation isn't just that Caitlin Clark is a bigger star than Alyssa Thomas. It's because it's a black-on-black incident. And you don't have that dynamic.
I couldn't find any rulings on choking, but I did find one on punching. No matter what propaganda tail media is trying to spin, the Alyssa Thomas foul was by far more atrocious. And no matter what everyone else thought, Chicago made their opinion clear when Chennedy played her next game after this incident to a standing ovation.
We'll check in for the first time with her team trailing 10-6. First quarter is where we stand between the Liberty and the Sky.
Perhaps everywhere else was not a good fit for Chennedy Carter. But in Chicago, just like this tweet, Chennedy Carter is on the list of players you can't make me hate. And just as a reminder,
The reason why we watch women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
we don't watch sports, we watch Angel. TM on Multimedia.